Welcome back to Grand Theft Auto Fix. It's your man, the Spaceman. Now, everybody knows by now, Netflix and YouTube has released the extended look of Grand Theft Auto 6, or some may just call it Trailer 3. It's finally out. It was about 26 minutes. It's cool. We're going to go over it. I was originally going to do something like the top 5, top 10 things I noticed. I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to tell you everything that I found, took a lot of notes, put a little presentation together, and then kept watching the trailer again, took even a couple more side notes, gave a little bit of a deeper dive. So let's get right into it. The trailer, as you're going to see on this side of the screen, you can see a couple screenshots, maybe even a video for a duration or two of the thing. I can't play the sound because, copyright reasons and all that. There's a lot of nice 80s music. It brings you back to Vice City. Remember, Vice City was big on that. It definitely had that Vice City feel when I'm watching it and they're driving around to the 80s music playing and everything. It's pretty dope stuff right there. So let's get right into it. A couple things I noticed. Some of these things are going to just be obvious, rehashing things that we already know, like the story and the setting. We're returning not just to Vice City, the entire state of Leonida, right? Different areas of it. It's following the duo of Jason Duval and Lucia Caminos. Bonnie and Clyde style partnership in crime. Story evolves across multiple locations, various parts of, we've got the Keys, we've got all types of places that is going to be throughout the map. We're going to have high stake heist, survival, American dream gone wrong. It's just some old fancy stuff to talk about and everything. Of course, we know the main characters, Jason Duval, Lucia Caminos. Now, what has been confirmed that we saw a lot more of now are the characters, which we've talked about on this channel a little bit before. We've got Cal Hampton, Jason's friend, kind of like the wacky, goofy guy and the conspiracy theorist. We got to see Booby Ike in the trap house of, I don't know, Leonida somewhere, right? Which was interesting. Now, anybody that's from the Florida, maybe Miami area, you could tell me, do the trap houses, because it was like public housing projects, do they look like that? To me, I saw so much graffiti. It reminded me of a 1980s New York City train place. Like in 2026, is it really like that? Are there still places, even in public housing, that are that dilapidated? I would think that the city takes care of it. Like I know other places that graffiti everywhere, that's just not like what it is. But anyone from Florida, from Miami, that's aware of the public housing system, tap in. But they went into the trap house in the public housing in the projects, and we got to meet Booby Ike, the Vice City legend with the street connections, drug lord. We got to meet Draquan Priest, the music mogul, nightlife empire. Raul Batista was whipping that whip behind the wheel, driving Jason and Lucia around, working that thing, like not hitting the people and everything. Pretty good driver, Raul Batista is, and you'll see him in the in the extended look if you watch it. We got a lot of confirmation on some gameplay mechanics. We saw the dual protagonist switching, which is something we knew, similar to GTA 5. They show the overview of the map. You could switch from Jason to Lucia, back and forth. That was pretty cool. The AI looked pretty good. Like the interactions people were having, it was like, real good, real fluid. It looked like intelligent responses from what I saw. The wanted system. This is the thing that really stood out to me. All right, we already know the 6 stars returned, but this is the interesting part. They had, if I recall correctly from the footage, you could tell me if I'm right or wrong. I think they had about 4 stars, but they were out in the open, right? Jason and Lucia, they had about 4 stars, but it seems like as soon as they went somewhere that had a roof over them, the stars got darker. It didn't look like they totally disappeared, because the 4 out of 6 stars, when you have a wanted level, you could see, like, I guess the space of the stars, like the total pitch blackness of the stars, and then like 4 of them might be lit up bright white. That's how it looked when they were outside running from the police. But as soon as they went indoors, the 4 stars didn't look like they went away. It just looked like the 4-star icon got darker. It got like a grayish black color, but not quite black. So that makes me think that they still had 4 stars, but when you're indoors, they kind of get darker to represent the shade. You're not out in the open, suggesting that if they would have just went right back out, the 4 stars may have returned. It seemed like a better integrated system with the whole wanted level thing. It's not just you have stars, you lose stars. Now there are different shades to the stars based on location, where you are, or possibly even based on, like a more integrated level, a deeper level of hiding. Maybe because they were hidden, the 4 stars are technically there, but they turn a darker shade. That was pretty cool. Another thing with the wanted system that I noticed that was really nice was the under the stars, they showed icons. They showed a clothing hanger. They showed a car. And I believe they showed like a silhouette of a person, like a head, maybe to the chest area. This was pretty cool. So basically what I'm pretty sure that means is kind of like what we already knew, that if you change clothing, it can affect your wanted level in a productive way, help reduce it. So now they have icons that reflect it. So I think when you perform said act that's going to help your wanted level, like change clothing, you'll see the change clothing icon. When they blew up a vehicle, the car icon appeared under the stars, which kind of says, all right, you successfully blew up this vehicle, thus you've helped hiding yourself from the police a little bit by that. So now they have icons under the stars when you perform certain actions that will affect your wanted level. That was pretty cool. The health bar looked interesting. I think I saw like a slider. I don't know if it was the health or the stamina bar exactly, but there's like a slider. So there's like a scale depending on what you do that will either affect your health or your stamina. Pretty nice. The weapons wheel, it seemed, did it have, because at the top of the wheel it showed like a face with a scarf. So I think that the whole wheel isn't just going to be weapons. I think they've integrated a lot of stuff within that wheel. Maybe only one of them is dedicated to your weapons, or a couple, but then they have other things you could do by opening up that, what we know is the weapon wheel, but now it contains more things. That was pretty nice. They showed the social media aspect of it. They had a thing where it looked like someone was watching an Instagram scene, or excuse me, Instagram screen, while a police chase was going on, and they showed the whole thing light up with hearts and everything like that. So we got the social media aspect involved in it. Pretty good stuff. We hear that it's going to be 60 frames per second, which was a big concern with a lot of people. A lot of people were saying, oh, it's going to be reduced to 30 frames per second. They're saying it's going to be 60 frames per second. Another thing, this is some like notes that I just took right before this video that I noticed. The map, like the lower left of the screen, the map, it has a 3D pop out effect now. Like in GTA 5, GTA 5 Online, let's say you got to go to a yellow icon on the map. Okay, sometimes they'll have this little thing within the yellow icon that means you got to go upstairs or somewhere up. Sometimes they'll have it like this that means you have to go down. But have you ever noticed that sometimes the yellow icon, it won't necessarily tell you whether you got to go up or down? Like you'll be on the base level and you can't find the thing, yet the location might be on a bridge or it might be underground. But now they made it so much simpler because the map, as you could see from the footage, it has like a 3D pop out effect, right? So if you go into a building, they could actually show you in 3D where your destination is. If it's on 2 stories up or whatever, it could actually show you that on the actual mini map. That was amazing. I really like that. That's a great improvement to the map. They did their thing with that one right there. Couple of Easter eggs, references to GTA Vice City, San Andreas, and GTA 4. Phil Cassidy returns as a radio host. And a couple, I don't think all these things were in the trailer. I mean, I've been digging for so much information, trying to sift what was from this trailer and what wasn't. Let's just stick to the trailer, but a lot of information is just coming in. So it's looking pretty good. Let me check my notes to see if there's anything I'm missing, because I did take extra notes. Okay, changing this. Yeah, that's about everything. It's looking pretty good. The 60 frames per second, the wanted map's looking nice. It's looking pretty good. I'm trying to think, is there anything I didn't like? So far, I can't see it. I don't mean to be the ultimate optimist and everything. If it's something that's not all that, I would want to cover that as well. But so far, I like what I see. What do you guys think? It was about 26 minutes in-game footage, a lot of cutscene footage. You could tell when it was a cutscene because there was no HUD, there was no map or, health meter or anything like that. The mini games, we got a little look at that. We saw Lucia lifting weights, and it had like an icon for her left hand to lift and her right hand to lift, where on PS5 anyway, if you hit the L2 trigger, I guess she'll lift it up more here. R2 trigger lifted up that way. Jason was wrestling. The mini game, the basketball, that was pretty cool. I really hope they bring pool, billiards. I hope they bring pool in the game. I really like online games of pool, at least 8-ball pool. That was a pretty cool one. Imagine GTA 6 has like an 8-ball pool like mini game that's just as advanced with the you could invite friends and everything. That'll be nice. I hope they bring pool back. That's what a lot of people wanted them to do with GTA 5 or GTA 5 online. Even with updates, people are like, oh, I hope they have pool. They never did it. So Rockstar, I hope you were listening. Bring pool back. But that's about it. I just wanted to, chop it up. The trailer came out. It's looking pretty nice. You can see a screenshot here. We could put a little bit of video in here. Not that much, though. A couple seconds. Can't put the audio and stuff like that in there. But give you a little bit of video. There you go. Oh, it looks like the casino roof and everything. But that's our presentation right now. Coming out in November, coming real soon. Everybody wanted that third trailer. I guess this is trailer 3. And they had to put it on Netflix. It's so big, right? So anyway, it's your man, the Spaceman. I'll be back with y'all real soon. Thanks for tapping in. Once again, thanks for liking, subscribing, leave comments. Tell me what you think about it. Tell me anything I missed. Tell me things that you noticed in the trailer and everything like that. Or gameplay mechanics, anything of the sort. Catch y'all later. Peace.